Friends, today we're going to play this. Of course it is, well, I'm going to do the rest of it as well, obviously, but it's Sweet Home Alabama by a wonderful band called Leonard Skinner. I think that's how you pronounce it, not Leonard Skinhead, as one of my friends thought it was called in our school days. Leonard Skinner, brilliant track, great guitar part, dead easy when you know how to do it. So before you run away and say, oh, this is one of those videos that I can't do, stop, because you can do it, I promise you. Download this. This is my idiot-proof way of explaining things. You know, it looks like a lot of paper. It's not really, because I've broken it up into little bits. The three main parts to the track, all individually, are very, very straightforward and very simple to play once you know the tricks or the technique, whichever way you want to call it. Alright, so download that now. Blue link at the bottom of this video. It's all free, so you don't have to pay for anything. Share the hell out of it. Click, if you don't mind, the blue, the thumbs up thing, because it really helps the channel, gets me more viewers. I did this actually about 4 years ago, but I didn't have any viewers then, so it sort of went unnoticed. I just did the first part. I didn't do all of it, I don't think, or I might have done, but it's all, I'm doing all of it today. And I also did, I was bored to death one day, and I think I did what I've just played, Behind My Head, as if to say that's how easy it can be. Alright, I'm not going to do it now, I'll knock my hat off, but go and have a look at that. It's not as difficult as you think. So download this. Sorry for knocking the mic. Here we are. That's what we're going to do. For those new to the channel, this is our fingerboard. Clearly these dots represent where your fingers will go, and more importantly, under here, these are the string numbers that we will play once we're putting our fingers on. Alright, so this is what we're going to play. So first thing we're going to do is play the opening little lick. Okay, we're going to do that. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I've got this guitar really high up. It's a bit awkward for me, so if you see me wincing on occasion, that's why. Right, play the chord D, but we're going to play partial chords, so bring off this finger. We don't need it. Alright, so we're just going to use the two fingers, fingers 1 and finger 3. Look down at the bottom of that particular shape and you'll see that it says 4 4 2 3 4, and in your head you're going to go dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da, down down up up up. That's the way I want your plaque to go. Down down up up up, dum dum da da da. Do it slowly. Once you've done that, put your second finger on the 5th string at the 3rd fret. Keep your 3rd finger where it is on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Okay, this is a fragment of the chord C add 9. We don't need the rest of the chord because we're not playing those strings. Look down below, you've got 5 5 2 3 4 with a little thing saying ghost note. We'll look at that in a minute. So 5 5 2 3 4, 5 5 2 3 4. Now that ghost note is referring to like a little percussive sound. So when you play the 5, what you will do, you'll come up on the 4th string, but you won't play a note. It's dampened with this, see this finger here, it's just lying across the string slightly, and you just get a little percussive sound. When you put it together with the next 5, it sounds like this. So, and then you've got a 4th string after that. This finger will then bounce up to the bass string at the 3rd fret. That's all we need. It's part of a G, and again you'll see a 6 with a ghost note and then a 6 and a 3. I'll just give you the main notes first. Dum dum bang. Now the ghost note is on the 5th string, and again similar to the one that we just did before, you play the 6th string, come up on the 5th, but it's muted slightly because this finger's just lying across it. Don't do this. and hit the string, just a little bit of muting, just by letting this finger drag across it. Up on the 3, don't worry if you hit a bit of the 4, that's fine because you're playing a chord, you've covered. Okay, so we've got this. We'll do that again, it's hard to do it slow. Then we've got, page 1 is done, we've got our first little lick. Now look at page 2, I've done this in tablature because it's single notes and it's much easier to understand when it's in single notes, okay? Now this is one way of playing it, which involves alternate picking, and this is the easiest way of doing it. Bit of a cheat really, same notes, but I'll play them both. On the record I can hear that he's using alternate picking. What does that mean? It means every single note you hear is played with a beat of the pleck. And that can be quite fiddly to do if you're not familiar with it. I wouldn't do it, I would play the one below. If you look at it, it says note. If the riff above is too tricky, then try this. So we're going to do this instead. So it's exactly the same run of notes, but you're using the pleck less frequently. Okay, let's use that one. So here we are. You'll look down the bottom. The little H means hammer on. So you're going to hammer on to the 5th string at the 2nd fret using your 2nd finger, like so. Then with the same finger, you're going to bring it off and then come up on the 4th string and hammer on and pull off. Don't worry about any other incidental notes for now, you'll disguise them. So, then back to the 5th string at the 2nd fret. See the way that weird note's gone now when you stop putting the fingers on. So I'll do that again slowly. Hammer on the 5th, 2nd fret. Come up on the 4th string open, hammer and pull off. Immediately back onto the 5th string at the 2nd fret. And then while that finger is on, add your 3rd finger to the 3rd string at the 2nd fret and do this. Upstroke and pull off. Okay? Diddle 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 da-dum, dagga 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 da-dum, dagga daddle lappa da-dum. Okay, so page 2 is done. Page 3, oh, it's exactly the same as page 1. That's happy accident, isn't it? So I told you I'd done it so you can't cock it up. So we'll play page 3. I've done that. Now the next little lick is on page 4 is when it goes like this. Our first job is to get that in our head. Dagga dagga da dagga da da dum, dagga dagga da 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 dum. Okay, what's our pleck gonna do? All on the 3rd string. Okay, dagga dagga da 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 dum, dagga dagga da 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 dum. Down up down up down up down up down up. Dagga dagga da dagga da dagga. And this 1st finger and 2nd finger are going to bounce onto the 2nd fret on the 3rd string and then the 4th fret on the 3rd string. Da da 2, da 4, then 5. So think of it like this: da da 2, da da 4, da da 5, da da 2, da da 4, da da 5, da da 2, da da 4, da da, and then 5, and bend it. Okay. With your 2nd and 1st finger. Use the 1st finger behind your 2nd to give it a bend to help it. And when it gets to the pinnacle of the bend, which is 2 frets from 5 to 7, we kill that note right as it reaches the peak by putting our pleck and fingers back onto the string, at which point we can release and get ready for the next section. I'll do that again. Remember the 2 and the 4? Get that chant in your head. Da da 2, da da 4, da da 5. Okay, so that's done. What happens after that? We go into a verse. Now this is the verse is an abbreviation of what we've just played. It's just a little bit less. We've got 4 4 2 3 4, 5 5 2 3 4 on the C, and then the 6 6 3. You can put the ghost notes in if you want. Okay, Okay, we've done that. That's when he starts singing Big Wheels to Keep on Turning. When we've played that, we've got a little lick to finish that bit off, which is on page 6. I'll go over it in more detail in a sec. Page 6, that's what we're on. And I'll play it in context so you'll understand. Whizzing through a little bit because I don't want the vid to drag on too long. We are doing all of it. So page 6, we've got a lick that goes diddle da ba ba da dum, digga digga da dum. How do we do it? 5th string, hammer on. We'll do a lot of this here. Down on the 4th string, up on the 3rd string twice. And then hammer on again on the 5th string at the 2nd fret. Diddle da ba ba da dum. Okay, so we've got this for the verse. Let me do that again. From page 5 to page 6, I'm just checking. So, dum. Right, so when you've done page 6, you go back to page 7, which is exactly the same as the one we've just done. I'll play it again for you. But when you get to the 6-6-3, we do that twice. We don't put the lick in. We just go bum bum bang, bum bum bang. So that's nice and easy to remember. So we're now on to page. We'll repeat all that. If you get to the bottom of that page, it says repeat pages 5, 6, and 7, which is exactly what we've just done. And we just do it all again. So. Repeat. And then we go into the diddle a ding diddle diddle dum diddle diddle bit. Okay, I call this the chorus riff. All right, it's a great part. This nice and easy to play again. So don't fear it. Don't run away. Right. So what are we going to do? I'll play the riff so you can hear it. It's not difficult once you know how to play it. So if you're looking at page 8 here, you'll see that it's in little bits of tab, nice and easy to understand, particularly as I'm going to help you to do it. All right, so we start off, and don't look at these thinking you've got to do a big bar chord. You haven't. Put your first finger on the 5th string at the 7th fret. Allow it to fall across the 4 and the 3 as well. Okay, excuse me, that's quite important. So we're going to hammer on. We're going to hit the 5th string, and we're going to hammer onto the at the 8th fret and the 9th fret with these 2 fingers. And if you hit a bit of the 4 underneath that, don't worry, it sounds quite bluesy. Okay, so we've got the hammers. When that finger's on, you're going to pull up from the 3rd string, and you're going to hit strings 3 and 4. When you've done that, you're going to slide this 3rd finger from the 9th fret, which is where it's currently sitting, to the 7th fret. All right, and these other fingers will be released at that point. So at that point, your first finger will take its position at the 5th fret, as with the 7th, across the 3 strings, 5, 4, and 3, and you're going to hammer on from 5 to 7. And then you're going to come up twice from the 3rd string again, hitting strings 3 and 4. So we've got this. You'll now slide this 3rd finger from the 7th fret to the 5th, as we did before. So we've got this. And then we're going to again hammer at the 5th string at the 2nd fret. And we're going to build the chord G. How do we do it? We hammer on the 5th string at the 2nd fret, come down on the 4th, 2 up on the 3, and then add your third finger to the bass string to finish the lick. So the riff in its entirety is and again. But at the end of the second time round, so there's our first time, there's the second time, it tells you to add this little lick at the very end, which is what I've just done. I'll do that again. What is that little lick at the end? It's a hammer. That's a hammer onto the second fret, the 5th string, and then the 4th string. And then we repeat 5, 6, 7 and 8 for verse 2, da 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 da, and then we're into the chorus. Okay, you'll hear these things repeating, you know, they'll go back to the verse. We'll know that by now because you've just played it. Nothing changes. It's always just, you know, sections are just repeated. All right, so now we're on to page 9, which is where the actual singing of the chorus comes in. Sweet Home Alabama. Okay, now I've given you the power chord like this, which is a safe way of doing it, but it's a little bit tricky. So I'm going to simplify it for you. If you look at the page 9, you'll see I've put a first finger there and 2 fingers here on the 5, on the 4 and the 3, and then your little finger's going to be jumping up to the. Okay, that's quite tricky. So I wish I hadn't done it now. That's a harder way of doing it. Let's simplify it. Okay, the diagram works perfectly well the same way. Put your first finger on the 5th string, as it says, but instead of putting 2 and 3 like that, just put finger 3 like that. All right, and the finger, the 2 is redundant. Now the downside is you can only hit the strings that you're on. So we had 3 strings that we were able to play before, which you can still do if you wish. It's down there if you want to do it that way, or if it's a bit tricky, you can do it this way. All right. So what are we going to play? We've got, if you look down at page 9, it says down, 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 up, up. So it starts at the 5th fret, sorry, forgive me. 5th fret, we've got down, 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 up. Move down to the 3rd fret, down, 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 up. Then down, down, up, down. What we've done there is we've taken the chord from C and we've moved it up to the G position. So let's be clear about what we've just done. 5th string, 5th fret, 4th string, 7th fret. We must not play the other strings. How can we avoid it? Well, we'll avoid it by doing this. See the way I'm pulling away? I'm hitting the 5 and the 4, but my pluck is going nowhere near the 3rd. From this angle, looks like I'm coming down on all the strings, but this is again one of the tricks of the trade. We pull away. See, we're slicing. Really important. Probably the most important bit of this lesson. So we've done this, okay? This is page 9. Dum dum da dum 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 da dum 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 ba dum, and then we've got a little lick. We've done page 9 actually, and we've done page 10 because I broke it down into such small little bits. And then we've got a little lick that follows that, which is page 11. You'll see that again it's another piece of tablature. Guess what? We're going to hammer onto the 5th string at the 2nd fret again, and we're going to do this. So this is how we're going to play it. Hammer onto the 5th string, come up on the 4th and do a hammer and pull as we've been doing, and then with finger 1 put it onto the 5th string at the 3rd fret, and with finger 3 put it onto the 4th string at the 5th fret, and it's an offbeat. Diddle diddle da dum, diddle diddle da dum, diddle diddle da dum. Now if you were doing it with the other fingers as is on the diagram, you might find it more problematic. So I think the simpler way is better. Okay. Sweet home Alabama. Then we do that, we go up to page 12 and we'll notice, oh, it's exactly the same as we did before, but this time at the end of the lick. So let's have a look. You've got like a little diddle. Now one guitar, you could either stick with the rhythm going, you can do that again, or what's prominent on the record is it's got another guitar and it sort of sticks out a bit, so it might be worth you sort of branching away from the rhythm side of the guitar and trying to do this if you want. You could just repeat what you did before, or if you look at page 13, you'll see that there's a little bit of a tab showing you how to do this lick. You'll have heard it hundreds of times in different things. You're going to hammer onto the 4th string at the 2nd fret, and then you're going to come up on the 3rd string. When you come up on the 3rd string, this finger must come off, ready to start again. You're going to do it 5 times. Triplet. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Actually, it does it instead of the G. You decide which way you want to do that. It depends how you feel. If you do it the first time the other way, and then instead of the G, put that page 13 in if you like. Where are we? 13, 14, 15, it'll just repeat to the same thing. Yeah, so we're almost all the way through it. I'm flicking through these things because all we're doing is repeating the same thing. Okay, let's just look at that chorus one more time. Okay, now I'll do it the way we could do it the first time twice. Second time. That's the first time again. I'll do it again. And when you get to the end of the chorus, you'll hear this riff. Okay, so when you get to the end, you'll hear dum dum, and then it goes back into a verse. So. So I'm taking that power chord 3 and 5 down to the F position, and then I'm finishing this section at the C position, 1st finger on the 5th string 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the 4th string 4th fret, sorry 5th fret. Now when you listen to the lead guitar over the top, he's just playing the your pentatonic scale in B minor over the D, or the B minor D major scale. I tend to use the Aeolian scale more. Okay, and that's it. Okay, now I'm not going to play the track with it because I'll get a bloody copyright strike, and I don't want to do that. But I just wanted to go over those riffs with you. It's one of those tracks that you should learn how to do it. There's lots of little technical things in there that even if you're not familiar with this song, they're going to benefit your general playing. All the hammers and the pull-offs, using the power chords where we rather than but abbreviating chords is all well and good, providing your plec control is up to scratch. Okay, very important. Right, On that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you very much for the donations to the channel for my tea and coffee. They are very much appreciated. Do the thumbs up or subscribe or whatever else you want to do. I'll be back with you on Wednesday with something a little bit easier. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. Might have another look at Landslide, you know, the Fleetwood Mac track. Again, I might revisit some of these ones I did some time ago. I'm talking about years that people have not been able to see, or they're just lost in the 300 vids I did. Alright, so have a go at this one. Any problems, any questions, you're always welcome to contact me. Don't forget the download for all my stuff, you'll find it on the blue link below for Sweet Home Alabama. Play it with the track. Incidentally, a little heads up, if you go onto YouTube, you can find things like Sweet Home Alabama backing track with vocals. And what that means is they've taken the guitar off, so you can become the guitarist in the band. Alright? Wait for the count, and then just play along with as if you're in the group. That's always the best way to practice something. Imagine that you're in the group. Right, on that note, I shall see you on Wednesday. You take care of yourselves. Bye bye for now.